Welcome to Winetimes, the recipe section. Today I'm delighted to introduce you to Vanessa Greenwood at Cooks Academy and their fantastic new premises in South William Street in Dublin. What are you going to prepare today, Vanessa?
Well, Barry, we're going to do a lovely salad niçoise, perfect for summer entertaining, for a light lunch, or else even as a main course dinner on a nice sunny day. And the ingredients we have for the salad niçoise are things that you know, very easily accessible: eggs, potatoes, French beans, tomatoes. Good quality tinned tuna, I think, is important if you're not going to actually use some real fresh salmon. Eggs, tomatoes, olives, they're the classic, but you can of course adapt it for yourself. But what's really nice is the lovely cos or romaine lettuce, very crunchy, crispy, refreshing. Sounds
lovely, sounds really, really nice. And the ideal thing here we're talking about is to try and find a perfect match for rosé, when you can just get away from all your fears and your winter nights. This will bring you, transport you back to the south of France on your holidays, and rosé is that lovely fruit-driven style, so something really, really enjoyable and refreshing.
Yeah.
So first stage here.
First stage is really, I think it's very important to blanch your vegetables really, really well. So we've got baby potatoes. I actually cut them in half because I find that, you know, it looks nice when they're small in the plate in a small salad, and also you know, sometimes they're just too big and they take longer to cook. They cook at different temperatures. So I would actually have them cooked halved like that. Lovely. So I've also got my French beans here. Now it's very important that you salt your water. This is going to bring out the flavour in a lot of your cooking for potatoes, French beans, and you really will see the difference. Okay. So we'll let them simmer away. Obviously the potatoes will take about 15 minutes and the French beans about 5 minutes, 3 minutes sometimes. You know, you really want an al dente bite to them. And then the last thing is just to bring some water to the boil for your eggs. I'm just going to turn down the heat now and pop the eggs in very, very carefully, room temperature, because if you put them in too cold, they're going to crack.
Perfect.
And then they'll kind of explode, as it were. So into the water again, and we'll just leave them happily cooking away. That's the first stage. So really important is to know how to blanch your vegetables. It really will make a difference. And what we're going to do first is, we've had our eggs boiling there. Quickly get them over to the sink, drain them. Keep running cold water over them. That will really stop that grey ring on the inside of your eggs, because you want your eggs to be lovely and soft boiled. So get some cold water running over them and then pop them in some iced water. The second thing we'll do is blanch our vegetables. So I've got some French beans here. They only needed a short time to cook, and again drain them with the lid. And we'll get them in the iced water as well. That's very, very important, because that actually arrests the cooking process, and it keeps your French beans very, very green and vibrant, very nice, you know, and colourful for the salad.
I never knew that. Brilliant.
So what I do here is I just fill a bowl full of iced water, and that's just going to keep it really, really fresh and cold, so that we put our French beans in there. And of course the potatoes that we cut in half, we're going to drain them. Or you could steam your potatoes, in fact. And usually just letting the steam rise off them, sitting for a few minutes, will be perfect for those.
Excellent.
There.
I have to say, I'm delighted that you chose this, because I have a great memory of salad niçoise. I was down at a show in Cannes, and it was a really busy week, and the week was just coming to an end, and physically tired, emotionally tired from the week, and all I had in my head was get onto the beach, get a glass of rosé and salad niçoise. So this is a very happy memory for me.
Absolutely, same for me. The south of France and Nice, and it's you crave it, and it's very refreshing if you're on a summer holiday as well.
And that's how they get that texture, because I always wonder how they get the crispness into the
it's just your time. Yeah, and if you're unsure, just go to your pot and take a fork and take one potato out and just test it yourself. And you want a slight, you don't want them mushy. And the same with the French beans as well. A little bit of a crispness to them is lovely.
Excellent.
And makes a big difference.
Great tips, thank you.
So the next step in your salad niçoise is to make your dressing, and really all you need is some very good quality extra virgin olive oil. We'll also put in some vinegar. White wine vinegar is perfect. I put a little bit of honey just for some sweetness in here. And of course the mustard we're going to use, because we think of salad niçoise is a French salad, is Dijon mustard.
Very good.
It's a nice mild salad, makes a lovely vinaigrette.
Lovely colour.
And we will season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm also going to add some garlic, and a top tip that we have here in Cook's Academy is you don't even need a garlic crusher to crush your garlic. What I do is I'll show you with a knife, is you have a clove of garlic here, just cut off one end, press down so the garlic clove slips out of the paper covering. And then what we'll do is we'll just lightly mince it. So I just go through here. Be careful, obviously, if your knives are very sharp at home. And then just do a little bit through there. Now, a little bit of salt is another top tip. Just a bit of salt, just to give you a little bit of grip when you're chopping.
Oh, very clever.
And we're going to do what's called mincing your garlic. And it really releases a lot of the oils in the garlic as well. It's a very chefy thing to do, I suppose. And what you do is you use the knife. I'm pushing down the back of the knife here. And it's going to kind of slowly mince the garlic to a kind of a puree. So it's not as crunchy as, especially in a dressing, you don't want to have little bits of garlic in your dressing.
Doesn't Vanessa make that look easy? I'm just thinking of, my God, I'd have to be so... I'd be half the pace of you. That's brilliant.
You get very quick at it. It's just practice. It's something that our students love to see because, you know, if you're busy cooking, you don't want to be washing your garlic presses, you know, every 5 minutes if you're doing different dishes and preparing a dinner party.
Fantastic. And does it matter when you're making the salad dressing, the timing of the different ingredients, or as you did there, you went extra virgin olive oil first, vinegar? Does it matter?
No, really. Well, I would naturally start with the oil first and the vinegar, and you want them to emulsify together. The seasonings help that, and the mustard helps that as well, to create a nice kind of creamy emulsified vinaigrette. You don't want the oil and the vinegar separating, so it is important to add them both at the beginning, really. Excellent. When you get it nice and fine like that, you scoop it up and just pop it in to make your vinaigrette. And a nice little handy whisk is great as well. There's some very good kitchen gadgets that really do make your life a lot easier.
Absolutely.
And always check your seasoning. Because you can add more oil or vinegar if you feel that it needs it. That's perfect. Lovely and sweet.
Excellent. And that's the honey giving you the sweetness mainly. Now
the next part to assemble our salad, we have our gorgeous lettuce here. Just take, I like to serve a salad niçoise in individual plates as a starter. So what I do is I get my lettuce, and this is very important to keep the costs very nice and fresh. So if you do prepare it and clean it earlier, I would keep it in the fridge with some wet paper towel over it, and it just makes it really, really crisp, and it doesn't start to wilt in the heat of your kitchen. So the next thing we're going to do is just really arrange some potatoes randomly, but you are thinking about the final look as well. Even numbers or odd aren't as good as odd numbers sometimes, so try and think of 3s and 5s is a good top tip that Cook's Academy always says in their classes.
Very good.
We've got some lovely olives here. We're going to use our scallions or spring onions. We call them scallions in Ireland. And some tuna obviously as well, but first of all I'm just going to put some of our soft boiled eggs around the plate as well. And then again our tuna.
Now,
so really,
help me on this one, because tuna is something I adore. But
what to buy?
What do I buy? I go to the shops, and there's some days I come back and I love the tuna, and there's other days, and I'm sure it has something to do with how the tuna is actually preserved. Is it the oil or the brine? I mean, what do they add to the flavour? What should
tuna is so good for you. I mean, it's an oily fish. It's full of essential oils, things like salmon, mackerel, tuna. They're great fish to eat, so we should all eat more of them. People have different opinions. Some people don't like the brine because it's too salty and for health. Okay, and what about when I see sometimes tuna and sweet corn together? Would that be something you would try? Yes, I wouldn't. I'd buy a tin of tuna very plain, nothing else added to it, no extra herbs and flavourings inside. It's so easy once you're cooking a lot. You know, you can add your mayonnaise or your herbs. And it's always better to add them fresh. DIY is better. Yeah, and to add them fresh. So that's it. And then we're just going to spoon a bit of our dressing over the top of the salad. And obviously, the oily dressing is always going to make the leaves glisten. And then the last thing as well is our anchovies. And if some people don't like anchovies in the salad niçoise, you can always leave them out as well. Superb. So that's our salad niçoise. Superb. And that's the perfect accompaniment, as we said, to rosé wine. So absolutely looks beautiful. Beautiful. A gorgeous summer's day. Absolutely. Looking forward to trying that.